It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Up next, it's our main event between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And off we go from Minneapolis. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Hey, kid. Hey, 10. EQ. Mosey. Right.
Throwing to start this game. Complete to Hyatt. A nice chunk there, about 7. He's up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. And if these guys are not careful, he's going to run this opening drive right into the end zone.
Yeah, I think we're seeing and feeling an offense in front of the running back who've come ready to play. This defense, they may want to buckle their chin straps a bit.
You got it. Hey, 551. Hey, 10. Right.
Fields on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. He dodged the tackle. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
From the red zone now. They can touchdown here, but they cannot connect. So that's going to send them back to the line for 2nd and goal.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, here we go, son. Tonight.
Pierce. And he's in for the touchdown. The Vikings take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up, that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball, and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out. So no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Play fake, it's Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's the line, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down throw here from Richardson. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this through the midfield strike that starts pushing into Vikings territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, there's way too much risk for that reward.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pass brought in by Tanneroa McMillan. And they get this down to the 28. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First down, Philadelphia.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Working inside the red zone. That one connects. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure of what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ. I'm going to guess so until that defense proves they can stop it.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Calvin Austin on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10.
Easy. Right.
Pierce up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Austin makes the grab downfield. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Pierce. And he's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on 1st down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. He's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47.
Brings up 3rd and 1. Third and 1. Fields to throw.
That's on target to Pierce. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Vacates quickly left side. Caught by the open man. He does it. Touchdown, Vikings take a second quarter lead. Reichert on for the point after.
Will Reichert is lining up for the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7.
Eagles 7. Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up second and 2.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
After that little 8-yard scoop, here comes second and 2. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Chased out to his right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. He's got it inside the 25. He picked up a 34 yards on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
First down.
Richardson on first and 10. Escapes the pocket. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And now they face second down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Buying some time right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That was Tyrone McMillan he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
He finds Brown right side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That's incomplete on second down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead.
Eagles.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles tie things up at 14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10.
Here we go. 10.
Fields out of the gun. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
A gain of 19 yards.
One play in blocking this drive is already in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 46.
First down throw for Fields. Hyatt with the grab. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. Fourth down coming up.
No gain on the play.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the choice is made. No 53-yard field goal try. They are going for this first down.
Don't jump. Right. EQ. Hey, going alpha right here.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. Loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
And the Vikings first down.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Sit tight. More coming your way from US Bank Stadium after this. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go, side. Hey, blue 58, blue 58.
Mason gets it from the gun. Looks away from one. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
319, get it. Tonight.
On the zone read, here's Pierce. Defense following the ball perfectly on that zone read and closing on him for a loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. Back to the line they come, second down.
Here we go. Hey, 551, 551. Hey, can. No mas. Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Looking to his running back, incomplete, and play's going to bring up third down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Delta. EQ. Hey, can. Alpha, let's go. Go.
Fields now, third and long. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up first and goal. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Pierce. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on first and goal. The Eagles decide to spend their third and final timeout. After the loss, it's second and goal from the 5.
Here we go. 222. You got it. Mini base.
Gets it again. And he's going to be stopped short. They bring him down as he gets to the 3. Back-to-back runs, stopped short, and now it leaves him with a big third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Here we go. Green, right.
Fields to throw it. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get some late points and the lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Went after trying good by Reichert. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7.
21. Eagles 14.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Cut down the field, it's Cooper. And yardage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
That's another Eagles first down.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop with about 14 seconds to go.
It's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a third one's coming at some point.
This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. And brings up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Elliott connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, yeah, that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Austin. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Austin on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the final play of our first half. Yep, as expected. It goes haywire. Fumble. But fortunately, the Vikings stay calm. They were able to get to it. Crisis averted. They keep possession.
Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Third quarter's going to start with a run by Barkley. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. A pickup of 17. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
He is down to the 30-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing. Run right at him and go make a point.
First down, and they go right back to him. No repeat success of that last run, so only is able to get back to the line on this play.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Play action with Richardson. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
Vikings 21.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Austin. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. We good. 222. 222. Press. Go straight.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
58, here's that. Chip slip. Hey, Ken. You got what? Hey, Ken. Easy. Right.
Throwing from the gun. Downfield, he's got Hawkinson. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
And the Vikings.
First and 10 now from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Sit high.
They give it to Pierce. Oh, man, nothing from him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Sit high. Hey, Ken. Alpha. No mas. Sit high.
Here's Fields to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
So it looks like they're going to line up and go for this. 4th and 4.
551. 58, here's that. Angel. Easy. You got a mini base. 11. Monday. Hey, Ken. Good night.
Looking to throw. Got his man. Thomas has it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Working quickly here.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Chip slip. Bunch right. Sit high.
Throwing on first down. Fields. Looking for the end zone and a deep shot. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send it back to the line for second.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's go. Here we go. 551. Hey, Ken. Tonight.
On first and 10, it's Fields. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up first and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Dumped off to his running back. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Alpha. Turbo, Angel. Delta. Tonight.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grab the lead on their first series of the half. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead.
Vikings 28, Eagles 24.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away.
For the Vikings.
Set to return it. Here's Will Shipley. Showing a little burst so far. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
The Eagles take over first and
When you
10.
get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
It's a gain of 28
28-yard pickup there.
That's good.
And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is within reach. Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
Go check! Go check!
They run it with Saquon. Down to the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a fourth quarter lead. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 3.
Vikings 28. Jake
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's first and 10.
Here we go, son. 222, 222. Hey, never mind, Monday. Press, right. Hey, can. Get high.
Fields looking to throw. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. They'll come up on first and 10.
On the play. And the Vikings first down.
Easy.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
We talk so much about decision-making, and often it's the decision of where to throw it, right? Reading the defense, finding the right coverage to attack. But there's also great decision-making that comes with just getting rid of the football, just avoiding sacks. They are so detrimental. And that one, man, he hit a ton of yards.
Mason there to haul it in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how. I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Hey, can.
Here he goes, third and long. Short pass brought in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow. After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights and a whiff on that opportunity.
Doesn't like what he sees, so we got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10.
Come on.
They'll start this one out with Barkley. Owen finds a couple of yards of space. It's second down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's third and 6 now.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them. Keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
6 yards to go here. It's third down. He's back to throw. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Here's first and 10 from the 47.
Hey, smash Bronco! Let's go! Bronco 80!
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They think they hand it off. Now Richardson finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual-threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, a run with Barkley. He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Okay, ready?
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Check, Matt.
Here's another carry for Barkley. He's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80.
Handoff headed right. Barkley. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
At the 2-yard line.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
They're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
On the return, here comes Austin. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Don't jump. Ready? 58, move his that. You got a mini back. Hey, Karen. Sit high.
Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Defense getting in on the farm Brock with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you can feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, kid, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Fields coming back after the pick. Completed to his running back. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Vikings, first down.
Fields on first down. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Green 19, you guys man. West right, zip. Right.
1st and 10. Here's Fields. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Andrew Makuba makes the play.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. They're going to pass it here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. It's incomplete. Kept the pedal down, though, the whole way, still taking shots until the very last play. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row.